So what if instead God existing, what if life was set up in a way to whatever you thought about long enough came true like within, let's say, 72 hours? You know what I mean? Like what if it was set up to where, like, man, let's say you needed a new car and you thought about it, and if you thought about it and concentrated on it long enough, that's what would happen within 72 hours. And vice versa, what if, like, if you was worrying about something bad happening, like if you worried about that long enough, it would actually happen within 72 hours. Like, what if reality was set up that way? Like, how much more would we control our thoughts and control the way we think if the world was set up that way? Like, how much attention would you pay on what thoughts you let run through your head? How much attention would you pay to keeping a positive mindset, being hopeful, expecting the best versus complaining, versus worrying, versus being negative? How hard would you try to, like, rebound when you was negative? Like, if you knew, like, man, if I stay negative, if I think about this 2 more minutes, then this probably gonna happen by Wednesday. Like, how would you how much attention would you pay to what you were thinking? I think most of us, it would, like, we would live so much more focused lives if things were set up that way. I think even when it goes back to religion, like, people put so much responsibility on what we understand as God. You know, God willing this. Well, if it's in God's will that you know, God gives and He taketh away. All these sayings that people have to basically make excuses for what actual human beings do, and to take the responsibility off sometimes ourselves. Sometimes we feel bad because things out of our control, we feel like, or some things are out of our control and we just can't grapple with that and be honest about that. So us as human beings, we put things off on God. We put the negative things off on the devil, you know. But when it comes down to it, how much energy do you put into making sure that you're thinking the right thoughts? How much energy do we put into making sure that we're putting the right energy out, making sure that we stay away from negative mindsets? You know, that's where the real work is. That's where the real work come in at. But I think if reality was set up completely different, which it's not, but just to have this thought experiment, if reality was set up in a way where what you thought on, and let me correct myself, reality is set up that way. It's not automatic, and sometimes it's not just because I think about this means it's gonna happen. But in a way, what you think on is the catalyst for you doing the habits or building the habits to get a result from. Like it says in the scriptures, what you reap is what you sow. That's just an ancient principle. You know, what we put in the ground and till and focus on and watch over and water and protect, it's gonna grow. It's gonna grow in due time. So I look at life as it's just all about principles. And all we know is the principles that we see every day. We know input and output. You put in this set of actions, this set of variables, you're going to get back this result combined with what you believe and you're looking for. So that's why our mindset is so important. It's because even though the world isn't literally set up to where in 3 days, whatever I think about today, it's going to happen. In so many ways, our thoughts give birth to reality. So it's not automatic, but it happens. Everything that you see, I'm sitting in this car, this car that I'm sitting in, somebody hundreds of years ago had to think about that before it became a reality. And somebody who thought about it actually had to come together with other people who could see that vision and see that thought and make it a reality. So what we believe and what we think about, it multiplies when other people believe and think about the same thing. So that's the power of like mindsets coming together. And that's the goal with this channel, is to bring like mindsets together. That's where true power comes from. We got to plug into each other. As we plug into source, as we all have that spark within us, we got to come together, and that spark grows between us, and then it generates power to where we can effectively make change, to where the thoughts that we put together and we come up with together, the ideas for progress, they can actually come to life and come to fruition. Because we all come together with the like mindset and like thoughts. Not thoughts of negativity like they're trying to push through social media, through the media, always trying to push negative energy. And then we wonder why we look around and we see so much negativity. So instead, we got to connect to a new signal. We got to connect to a new signal that's going to push that positivity, push change. That's going to address the negativity. And that's not going to run away from conflict. Yeah, conflict may come, but the ultimate goal is growth and to get to a better place. And so that's what I got. Let's marinate on that together. Until next time.